Although conflicts are a natural part of all of our lives, especially for young children, different people and different cultures respond to them in different ways.
Okay, so you can tell.
Hi, I'm Karen Zakursky, and I'm the director of the Wings on Words preschool and toddler program. We happen to specialize in helping children with their speech and language development. About 15 years ago, several of us who started Wings on Words noticed how hard it was for some of the kids to get along and to solve their own problems. They just seemed to be struggling with how to handle the kind of situations that happen every day. You're a teacher, so you know what I'm talking about. When you hear kids say, "He took my toy," or "She's not sharing," or maybe, "I want that, give it back." If I were to ask a preschool teacher how much time she spends during the day dealing with these kinds of situations, the answer I would get would be a lot. So now if you add to this the fact that there are probably at least several children in your group who have difficulty talking or who exhibit some type of behavior problem, the amount of time you're going to spend helping children with these social situations is even more. So much of a teacher's time is spent helping kids who get stuck and they don't know what to say when there's a problem. Or maybe they don't know what to say when they want to get a toy from a friend, so they just grab it. At the least, children with speech and language challenges almost always need extra help verbalizing and learning how to interact with their peers.
Children, when they have a conflict, what do? They often go up to a parent or they often go up to the teacher.
Throughout their play, there's a lot of situations where they're grabbing toys and they're not waiting for turns, so there's a conflict.
We decided it was time to think about teaching kids how to get along, just the same way that we teach math and pre-academics. And that's how we came up with the Talk It Out program. Someone sat down and wrote a curriculum to teach our kids how to talk about problems, how to solve problems, and how to listen when a friend has something to say. The curriculum has only a few materials that you need for your lessons, but they make a huge impact on the kids. First, there are puppets, and these puppets are homemade, so you don't have to spend much money. This is Boomer Bee, and this one is Bonnie Bunny. There's also Dippity Dog and Monkey Joe. These are actually homemade puppets and they carry the show. Their actions and their words really mesmerize the kids. The kids just gravitate to the puppets. The message they give is so powerful that the children begin to empathize and console Bonnie Bunny when Boomer Bee grabs her toys. They actually will even clap when the puppets solve the problem. So you can use these puppets in any lesson and you can use them any way you'd like. In addition, there are 3 colorful and attractive posters. One has the Talk It Out song written on it. One has the Talk It Out dialogue that you're going to use. And the third poster has a list of problem-solving ideas. These visual supports are really helpful for you in the classroom because sometimes we get stuck as a teacher and we forget, what am I supposed to say, or I can't remember what comes next. So you can glance at that poster.
Well, Talk It Out is a great tool in a classroom for children to learn to resolve their own problems. When we first start with Talk It Out, of course the teachers are there to help them learn the process, but eventually the children are able to talk it out on their own, so we're not solving as many problems with them. So it's just a great communication tool for the children to use.
And I think programs like Talk It Out, why that's exciting to me is the children learn the language and then tie it into the behaviors at the same time until that becomes their norm. I think if children don't develop those skills, they're wild kids. They're challenging kids, and it's difficult for a teacher to teach with a few of those kids in the classroom, and it's difficult for the other children to learn.
She wanted the...
So now let me describe the Talk It Out program for you and how you can use it in your classroom. There are a total of 9 lessons, and you can start by teaching 1 a week. The kids absolutely love the lessons because they're fun and engaging. There's puppets, there's props to capture their attention. You can even modify or adapt the lessons to meet the needs of your group.
That was a very good solution.
When
Did they
you're ready
solve
to
the
teach your
problem?
lesson, you can start by gathering all of your children on the rug for morning circle time. And then you're going to start the Talk It Out lesson by singing the Talk It Out song.
Ready? When you have a problem, talk it out. When you have a problem, talk it out. It's as easy as can be. Just remember 1, 2, 3. When you have a problem, talk it out.
After you sing the song, you're going to review what the kids practiced in the previous lesson, and then you go ahead and introduce the lesson for the day. So you can do this by demonstrating a real-life situation using your classroom materials, or you can use the puppets.
During a circle time, we use puppets to introduce it to the children. So we might use puppets to model problems with the puppets, and then we let the children do the same problem.
What's nice about this is that all the lessons follow the same sequence. You're always going to start with a song, a short review, an introduction to the new concepts and vocabulary, and you're going to always demonstrate the situation 1 or 2 times. But then you break the children into 2 small groups to practice what they saw. The kids really love that because they want to practice. They want to pretend that they're grabbing each other's toys, and they think it's fun, but all the time you're going to be coaching them how to say, "Stop, I have a problem," and then you're going to help them with solutions. Look for those times where you can help the kids practice the Talk It Out process. And you're going to find that some children need more help and modeling. Others don't need much help at all. But you really have to give lots and lots of support. It's okay if it takes more time and effort with some of the kids. What's really important is that you're consistent in coaching the children and that you're always modeling how to talk it out.
Evan, Oliver said you knocked it down. How could we solve the problem?
And part of that is giving them tools. And so it's our oral language and also the sign language. So it's stop, I have a problem. And the other child says, I'm listening. The problem is you took my block. How can we solve the problem?
And then we help them think of ways to solve it. We might give them suggestions.
The child that has a problem, he could say, you can go get another block, or you can use this block when I'm finished, or we can play with this block together to build a structure.
The other child might already know that he might have been a part of that problem, and he might just automatically say, I'll stop knocking over your blocks, or I won't write on your picture.
So we're actually modeling the language, and then they repeat. So the next time there's a conflict, those children will be able to use what we taught them through modeling and go ahead and be able to talk it out with their peers independently. Children need connections with movement, and they need connections with verbal. So just telling the child to tell someone, stop, I have a problem, they don't internalize it as well as when you teach them, stop, I have a problem. They have the verbal and they have the gesture. So that's easy for them to remember, put in their memory, and the next time there's a conflict, if they don't remember the word, but they'll remember the sign or the opposite. So that will help them talk it out.
So the last important piece about Talk It Out is the Talk It Out sticker. When you hear any child in the classroom say stop, or I have a problem, or trying to talk it out, you want to go over there and acknowledge what they said and give them a Talk It Out sticker. You actually give out lots of Talk It Out stickers. You're going to give one to the child who talked about the problem, and you want to give one to the child who stopped what they were doing and listened. The sticker says, congratulate me, I talked it out.
So at the beginning of the semester, what teachers are doing, they're giving the child the sticker. And they're saying, you got this sticker because you talked it out with your friend. And that's usually maybe the first 10 to 12 weeks of school. And as they talk it out independently with their peers, towards the end of the first semester, or sometimes the second semester, they independently go get their own sticker. And we have stickers all over the classroom. We have it on the bulletin board, or we have it near the art center. So wherever they're at in the classroom and they have a conflict, they can go to the sticker and they can get the sticker.
Sometimes the kids are in that moment and they just want their sticker, but we want them to also remember there was another child that was involved in that, so it was two of them.
And when that happens, the two children are buddies. They're ready to play and engage in conversations, build structures, and they're friends again.
Because there's two things going on. We have the individuation of both players in this interaction, but then there's that mutual thing that's happening because it's involving both of them. We want the perception of who we are, especially if it's our genuine self, to be recognized. And if it's recognized by another, that alone makes a big difference, because all of a sudden now that ego need is gratified. That you recognized me. That alone makes a big difference in a relationship with a child when there's something that's been perpetrated by another child.
When you make time to give out these stickers, it really shows that you're encouraging and rewarding positive behavior. So instead of paying too much attention to the children who are misbehaving, you really focus on the good stuff.
So it's a motivation for children to use the strategies of talk it out, stop, I have a problem, I'm listening, the problem is, and think of ways to solve it. They get their sticker. And next time, because they've done talk it out for a long time already, they were already relaxing their body, ready to listen, ready to resolve the conflict, and get another sticker. Children at Wigs and Words, they're very proud of their stickers. It's not something like, I got in trouble today. So when they go home, they talk about to their parents, I talked it out, I have a sticker.
It's up to us to give our kids the tools they need to be successful in all aspects of their life. And for me, this means we have to include teaching how to get along with all types of personalities. With Talk It Out, the kids are gaining so much confidence when they learn what to say and do in tough situations. They get to practice it over and over, and then they really discover that it works, and they end up taking it home to the family.
So in life, we're not always going to have a coach behind us to help us. So we feel that if young children learn these strategies now, then as they go on to kindergarten and through elementary school and there's a problem, of course, they're not going to say, stop, I have a problem, but all the sign language will be taken away, but they'll be able to talk to the person they're having conflict with just verbally, using their language.
For teachers, it turns all those conflicts and problems, which we know take up a lot of our time, into really valuable teaching moments. And it also fits really well with the Arizona State Early Learning Standards in the area of social, emotional, and language. The bottom line is that Talk It Out works for everyone. Listen to children tell you why in their own words.
And did you solve the problem? So did you solve the problem? Yes, you did.
And does it work with everybody? Or just some people?